Hi, my name is Mark Honeyman. Welcome to Valley View, which is our finca, our farm. It's olives and almonds. It's about 4.5 acres. We live 24 kilometers back from Marbella on the Costa del Sol in the beautiful Sierra de las Nieves mountains. We've been living here in our geodesic dome for 16 years now. And this video is about the original building of the dome, which would have been late 2003 and early 2004. Unfortunately, at that time we didn't have internet, so most of this account is going to be with photographs and some narration. However, I hope you still enjoy it. There have been plenty of changes to the dome over the years, and we do have video of some of those changes and explanations of why they were made, which I'll be doing in future videos. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care. See you soon. Okay, this is Sasha. Sasha is one of our two wonderful dogs. She's been with us for 13 years. 13 years, Sasha? Yes, 13 years. And she was a rescue. We got her as a tiny pup. So she loves living here. Don't you love living here, Sasha? You do. Good girl. Yes, I know. Okay. By February of 2004, the site had been levelled and the materials started to arrive so that I could actually build the foundation for the dome itself. Dome still hadn't arrived yet. The first step in this was to actually measure out the base, and I did this at about 10 meters square. Unfortunately, the drive is so steep, most of the stuff had to be pulled down the drive. Once I got the concrete blocks down, I was able to lay them out. They then had to be filled with earth, levelled as best I could, and then the railway sleepers laid on top. The railway sleepers were the foundation upon which I was actually going to build the base for the dome itself. Once that was done, I could start to actually lay out the materials I needed for the base. These had to be cut at an angle around the edges to actually make the shape of the dome. You can actually see the start of getting that rounded shape there, but it changes angle every 56 inches and the angles have to be cut very precisely. This is to allow the skin to fit perfectly and the floor to fit in such a way that you don't get water buildup. So we're getting close to having the base the way that I would actually need it. Made sure that it was all level, or as level as I could get it. The tolerance for this base is only about an inch. You can't be out at all on it. So it took a lot of finagling to get it perfect. Then the floor arrived. So this is the floor that was to go on top of the base. It was 1 inch, no, 2 inch, 1 inch or 2 inch pine. I think it was 2 inch pine. Tongue and groove, and only about 9 inches wide, so it's a lot of work to get it in. And at this stage it was May or June of that year and it was very, very hot. It's put on roughly and then it's routed out to the actual shape that you need, with an inch overhang over the actual base itself. Then the dome did arrive, and here are the plans for the struts. You can see that they're all color coded because they're all different lengths and they radiate out from the hub. So there's about 6 different lengths that you have to sort out into their various piles. Now here's the plan for where the windows and doors were to actually go. So the base is there, and I started to actually construct the struts. You start off just putting the first level down and screwing it to the floor, and then just building the hexagons the whole way up. It's 5 meters tall, so you need a very tall ladder to actually finish this. As you get close to the top, it's a very precarious situation. Here we can see this is the last hexagon that needs to be fitted, and once that was actually up, you can see the full shape of it there. And then I had to test it, of course, make sure it would take the weight, so you swing out of it. The next part was to actually put in the butts for the door. So here you can see I've actually taken some of the struts out, put the door frame in, and then cut them to size so that it was solid. Then you have to put the skin on.
The skin is really, really heavy, and this was the only part where I actually needed significant help. So my son came, and between the three of us, myself, my wife, and my son, we got the skin on. And you can see that there's a vent at the top, a very large vent, which was also very heavy and had to be carried up and then zipped into place. Zipping it into place was, to put it mildly, a nightmare. It took me hours to get it stretched enough so that the zip would actually close in all the right places. Okay, so here it is when it was finished. You can see that everything except the door is actually in. I haven't varnished the floors or any of that. But the next step in this was to actually build a deck outside. You can see the wonderful, wonderful views from that bay window. It's 22 feet by 11 feet tall. Here's the door I was going to put in. Drag more stuff down to actually build the deck out the front. Here's the deck being built. I had already got the railway sleepers because I made a big square, so it was just a matter of putting the deck on top of those. That's the way it actually finished. After that, I built the inside, and we lived happily ever after until we had a devastating hailstorm which completely destroyed it. I'll talk about that in the next video. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye.